Hey folks, Mark Villano here, Veterans Lending Group, coming to you from Lakewood, Washington. Today I wanted to bring you a little story about what happens in real life, in real loan scenarios. And also, this is a story about who you work with matters and why it matters, okay? A lot of people think that every different lender out there is just the same kind of individual with the same products, and they must all be evenly ranked with what they can do, what they can originate. That's not true, okay? And here's a story about that scenario specifically. So driving from a meeting the other day from Lacey, Washington. I got met with a realtor down there. I'm driving back. I get a phone call from somebody who gets me on the horn and says, "Hey Mark, I've done a lot of research online. I've looked through 50 other different lenders after having a terrible experience with not one lender, but two lenders individually and they're like relatively reputed lenders who work with agents that I know around here that have been around for a long time. And what they told this gal is that she was not qualified up to anything beyond like $410,000 or something like that. And they were certain of that. They were completely certain. They had told the borrower, there's no way in hell that you'll qualify beyond that. Maybe it's just not a good time for you to buy. Maybe you should just be renting. Maybe you're a renter. Maybe you don't have what it takes to buy. Made her feel terrible is what ultimately that came down to. She had a 100% disabled combat veteran, was her husband, young child, dealing with some health issues in that category. She was completely super smart gal, overwhelmed, stressed out, being told that she's not good enough to qualify, this type of stuff. It was really kind of a shame, right? And she was kind of like giving me the I've been burnt and now I don't want to touch the burner vibes at all. Like she was concerned, right? So she was trepidatious and even wanted to like commit to have me look at her loan file and their financials and everything like that. So eventually, we took a half-hour call. We talked through a lot of different scenarios. She was like, "Mark, I really appreciate it. You strike me as authentic. You know what you're talking about. I looked at your picture online." It was funny. She was like, "You don't appear to be cocky, even though you're put together. You seem like you care." And I thought that was awesome because I always thought that my business picture is like a little bit starchy, but it made me feel good that she was willing to share that. But so we get the loan file and we take a look at it. Credit's fine. They're good to go. I mean, long story short, we just closed their purchase for $550,000, right? We negotiated $30,000 in closing costs for them. Literally, they got their earnest money, or no, they left their earnest money on deck. That was it. It was like $2,000 that they left on deck because we did a temporary buy down for them and the whole 9 yards. Closed in 18 days, right? It was clear to close in 18 days. People, the lender that you work with may not be the best VA lender out there. So maybe you should look at other VA lenders, specialists who actually do this. And we produce in the top 1% of the nation, right? Our production alone establishes that, we're experts in the space. We help a lot of different families, okay? And so I don't want to be classified in the same category as your other Joe Blow lender who does 2 VA deals a year and then wants to take and make our VA buyers feel like they're less than because the lender doesn't know well enough their job or the program, the VA program. Great, you want to specialize in other stuff? That's great. If you don't specialize in VA, don't hold out that you do and then make borrowers feel terrible because they're not qualifying when in reality they do qualify quite well. That gal is just thrilled. Their family is totally taken care of. Before Thanksgiving, we got them in there. They're just over the moon, right? They want to refer everyone. They want to climb to the top of the mountain and shout our praises because we served them on that level and we got them closed. So who you work with does matter. As a realtor, you're working with any old lender out there who doesn't specialize in VA financing, you're not doing yourself a service, you're not doing your clients a service. And what will happen is when they go to a lender like that, and then they get shut down, they don't hear, and you don't guide them as a realtor to go get a better opinion from a specialist, they leave you. That's what happened there. Those 2 realtors got left. They went to a different realtor partner that I referred into the program and got that thing closed in under 20 days. Okay, so just a little story of things that happen out there in the field that I felt it was worth shining a light on, because like I said, these were a couple of local realtors who we know and working with lenders who have been around in the business for a while. I don't know why they couldn't see past the starting line on that one to be able to get these people approved, because literally they could have closed at 650. So what are these other lenders looking at to dictate, oh, I'm sorry, you don't qualify? I think they're misinterpreting VA guidelines, or they just don't know the program. That's not the point. The point is that we do, and you should be sending your VA business to us so that we can close these borrowers, instead of creating a terrible experience for the borrower that looks bad on your social media profile when they give you a terrible review, because you as the realtor also made them feel bad. Because your lender told you beyond the shadow of a doubt, there's no way that they can qualify for this. And you took their word instead of going and working with a VA specialist. You believed them. And now that's one additional chink in the armor where they're not going to give you a positive review. They had a negative experience. They had to leave you and move on. And the lender, spent some money getting that deal approved and, pulling credit in. Just they don't know the program well enough. So I know this is kind of a long video, but something I wanted to get into. These things happen every day, guys, that we save deals that other lenders cannot do. It's all about being a specialist in what we do and having the ability to underwrite directly to VA guidelines and being intimately familiar with the program overall and what is capable with the program. So you want to close some VA financing in 50 states. We're the team to work with, Veterans Lending Group. We can help you in 50 states. Reach out to us anytime. If you're not working with a VA specialist lender, I would put that on the priority list to meet somebody like that in your local market, or one of us across the country. We can help you wherever you are, and we'd love to do so. Look forward to meeting you soon. Thanks for hanging around listening to the story, guys. Have a good day.